It's a China company. They are super rich.
In China,
No, they are Fortune 500 company.
wash money one.
No comments.
No comments.
Want to monopolize Lentor in the sense?
Lose the battle but win the war.
Yes, win the award.
Maybe they
This one cannot say.
cannot say.
This one really cannot say. You really gotta choose the right project, right layout.
So what's the right project?
For this, I think
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of STFU, and today we'll be talking about a highly controversial topic and in an area where I will never ever buy into. And of course the area is Lentor. So actually the Lentor Prince has insisted that he come on board this podcast to convince us as well as the viewers as to why Lentor still offers an opportunity for potential buyers. A bit of background, okay, usually for agents, right, when we bring the clients over, we need a project specialist. So most of our teammates, right, every one of them that they have clients, right, sure will go to Aiden to get him to convince the client as to why Lentor is still a good buy. So that's why we managed to get Aiden on board, and he will be convincing us as to why Lentor is a place you should consider.
I think today in Lentor, most people, like buyers that we meet as well, they have one same concern. There's 6 developments that has already come out. Is there an oversupply in the area, and whether they can still enter like today?
personally for me, being almost every day on the ground at Lentor itself, I think this is one of the most common question that I faced. All right, maybe let me ask you one question first. As a resale buyer, when you go to Property Guru, you look for a property. What are some of the things that you will filter?
Definitely close to MRT, number one.
Amenities.
Amenities, shopping mall,
okay.
whatsoever.
Okay, so I mean, I serve a good amount of resale buyers.
Yep.
All right, so most of them, yes, the first criteria usually they will set as within 500 meters to MRT, because 500 meters is approximately like 5 minutes walk to MRT lah. The second thing is they also will try to filter projects less than 10 years. Okay,
Newer
why?
projects.
Yeah, newer projects.
Yep.
Why? Because usually when you enter into older projects, then performance tend to be quite
Stagnant.
Yeah, stagnant. So less than 10 years also, they want to avoid layouts that, got bay windows, things like planter box. They want to avoid all these kind of things. That's why they will always filter out less than 10 years
Yep.
and within 500 meters to MRT. Okay, now if you open up the map, right, there's a total of 16 MRT stops, which includes stations like Bishan, Braddell, Toa Payoh, all the way running through Circle Line, Thomson East Coast Line, and North-South Line. Now, make a guess. How many existing developments are there, all right, that meets the criteria of just these two simple criteria, less than 10 years and within 500 meters to MRT? Okay, before you guys answer me, most buyers will tell me 32. Now, why 32? 16 MRT stops, one left, one right. What do you guys think?
I think maybe around, because if we actually take a look, Springleaf, all these, they don't really have a lot of condos.
Right.
Even Marymount as well. So maybe about 20.
Not
20.
there.
Right.
16 stations, yes.
20?
Or 16, quite reasonable lah, quite reasonable. Because not every station will have one within
Okay.
500 meters. Ma.
All right. So 15 to 20, right? You guys guess 15 to 20. So, okay, before I review the answer, right? For you guys to understand better, right? So supply is, to me, split into two different types of supply. So the first supply is actually existing supply. The next form of supply will be the upcoming
Upcoming
supply, which will totally form your future competitors. All right. So for existing supply, answer is there's only 3. But in another words means what? As a buyer, as a resale buyer, today, if I were to step into Lentor, all right, or step into any other MRT stations that is near Lentor, to find a property that simple, just less than 10 years and 5 minutes walk to MRT, there's only 3 projects for me to buy. Out of these 2 projects, one is located at Braddell, one is located at Marymount, and the last one is located at Ang Mo Kio. So generally in Lentor, we do not have any projects, existing projects. Means actually your existing supply is very low. Don't really have much competitors.
For now, but
For now.
Okay, so if we talk about the Lentor cluster itself, right?
Yep.
When the owners enter and they want to sell, right, it will
Okay.
be a lot of units for sale at the same amount in
For
the
sure.
same time. Yeah. So is this a concern, especially for buyers who are buying for investment?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay lah, definitely. If let's say you are looking to flip after 3 years, all right, imagine Property Guru is suddenly overnight being flushed with 1,000 listing,
Especially the two bedrooms.
from the one bedder, the two bedder, and probably the three bedder compact. All right. So to me, it's very simple. If you are looking to buy for investment, choose the right stack, choose the right unit, choose the right project. All right. Now, if you are looking to buy for own stay, it would definitely be better, because if you were to take a look, what are some of the transformation that is going on in Lentor area? All right, you will see things like the upcoming expressway, North-South corridor. All right, look at the Cross Island line, which from Lentor, you will just need to take 2 stops to Bright Hill Station. Then you can access the Cross Island line all the way to your Northeast region, like the Punggol Digital District, etc.
Okay.
So all these will be completed approximately 2030 to 2032.
Well, most of the projects TOP.
Correct. So by then, once all the transformation is up, you get to really enjoy the full, I would say, the completed transformation of the entire Lentor precinct. This is where personally I feel that prices will more likely to be at its peak.
Okay. Personally, yeah, I think it's the supply issue, because there are 6 plots of land and how many more still coming up?
Right. So I think as of today, there's a total of 6 projects in Lentor. All right. Upcoming, there will be an addition of 4 plots.
And there's a total of 10
10 plots.
which will affect your potential exit strategy in future.
For sure. So as of today, there's approximately around 2,800 units. All right. If I were to add in the 4 additional plots, I would say that probably maximum give you 5,000 supply in Lentor.
5,000, okay.
Now, do you guys think 5,000 is a lot?
A lot lah.
Sounds a lot.
Yeah, for sure it's a lot. Now 5,000 is a lot.
Yeah.
But probably let me ask you this question. All right. 5,000 units in supply versus 3,000 units in demand. What do you guys think?
I think there's a risk lah. What if these 5,000 units, 3,000 demand, but I'm 5,000. So what if my units don't get sold?
But what about if, let's say, 5,000 units in supply, 5,000 units in demand? Can buy? Match what?
A bit better, but there's still a risk.
Right. Okay. Dexter?
If I really like that area lah, but
Okay.
I don't. Yeah.
Okay. Personally, I won't buy. Why? Because if, let's say, 5,000 units in supply, 5,000 units in demand, wow, suddenly 1,000 people don't want to buy, then
Liao already, oh.
jialat already.
Yeah.
Right?
Or maybe you need to push down your prices to make it very attractive.
Yeah,
so
correct.
I'm compromising like my selling price also.
But what if I ask you, when you want to sell your unit, right? Who would be your target audience? The majority in Singapore?
I think more of like people staying in the north,
Alright.
or like maybe their parents or their kids studying in the north, then more likely they will be considering the Lentor area.
Okay.
Like more of
because
HDB
most of the
upgraders.
clients, if today I just speak to them and I share about this area, a lot of them won't be too convinced to actually consider even moving over to Lentor.
So because your potential pool of buyers, I think for the past few years, we've
Yeah.
been seeing the condo transactions being pushed up, mainly are by HDB upgraders.
Right.
So I think maybe 50,000 you are referring to potential HDB MOP units around the same area.
Correct. We found out that most of the buyers are coming from the northeast region, all the way to the north region. Places like what? Yishun, Woodlands, Sembawang.
Which makes sense lah, because you
Yeah.
stay
Correct.
east side or you stay west like us, we will
Yeah,
never
exactly.
ever consider north.
There.
and all the way towards the Punggol, Hougang, Sengkang area. So what I did is, I'm going to find out in all these locations, right, how many HDB
MOP.
will reach its MOP from now till 2033. Why 2033? Because I've already taken into account all the transformation will be completed around 2030 to 2032, around that range. All right. Then I realized something. There's a total of 50,000 units that will reach its MOP from now to 2033. Imagine
50,000?
50,000.
Not everybody will
Correct.
buy ma.
So imagine,
sell and buy.
So half of them choose not to upgrade.
The smaller units lah, they
Probably.
might not be able to.
Yeah. So half, maybe left 25,000. All right. 25,000, another half that don't like Lentor, really, really hate Lentor, cannot see themselves staying in Lentor, you left 15,000. Can I say that 15,000 demand just to swallow a mere 5,000 units?
And that's considering everybody sell as well.
Pretty easy, right?
Okay. I think if we take a look at the numbers, it seems like it makes sense. But of course, you divided the numbers about 2 times, so it's 15,000 to 5 seems quite reasonable. But of course, at the same time, not all 5,000 owners will sell as well.
Correct.
Yep, of course,
Yeah.
for sure.
Even with a mere, I would say, maybe 1,000 units for sale, it's really very competitive. Especially when we market TOP projects like Claiborne,
Park Clementi.
Park Clementi's, 1,000 over units, and then one shot like 1,000 units come out, really hair chuan one where you're trying to sell.
Yep.
Yeah, so I think that is one concern agents have and the buyers have as well.
I mean, as I said earlier, if you are looking to flip after 3 years, right, you really got to choose the right project.
So
and
what's the right project?
And the right layout, all right, and the right level, I would say. So for these, I think all of us, we have our own way of,
Correct.
analyzing. I mean, we do a lot of thorough analysis, both in terms of the macro factor as well as the micro factor. If you are keen, do drop us a text and we can run you through, our thorough analysis on why a specific development, a specific stack, a specific unit can enter into this market.
So today, if I were about to enter like this Lentor area, what do you think is like the benchmark, the max pricing that is a safe entry price?
First of all, maybe since you guys are agent, I also ask you all. Okay, so I mean,
Free also I won't
free I sure buy. Free I sure buy.
Yeah, I won't stay there.
Okay. Lentor is located in the outskirts area, right? As we all know. Maybe you can share with me some of the recent transacted prices in the outskirts area.
So we know that the most recent launch in the OCR area, which is Alta, we have seen prices transacting at an average of 2.5 to even 2.8 PSF.
Right. Okay.
But different because Alta is in a mature estate.
Right.
This
Yeah.
but this is like Clementi lah.
Prime
Alright.
Clementi,
Okay.
and
Prime
it's
Clementi area.
your school zone. You got primary all the way to tertiary. Then we also seen Parktown. Parktown, I think,
2003 to 2004, they're about average on
but
average.
also considered a matured area, right?
sure.
Yeah,
And it's an integrated development.
So, of course, Lentor, I don't think you should be doing anything on average higher than these two projects. I think for me, I think 2,000 below 勉强 can consider.
2,000 below.
Yeah.
You think 2,000 below? So if you were to bring in like projects like Jaden is also Jurong.
I would say Jaden is quite a different product because for Jaden, it is really surrounded by
Okay.
a lot of malls, and even in the west is considered like the premium west.
Yeah,
Right,
prime
right.
of
For
the
Jurong
lah.
East, and you have like different lines, MRT lines as well for
Right.
Jurong East.
Right. Okay. So to me, if you dive deep into Lentor itself, for example, the first project, Lentor Modern. Now, first day sales already transacted 2,500 per square feet.
Correct.
First day. So in the outskirts area, 2005 to 2006 is the norm already. A lot of buyers have already accepted that, if you want to enter in the OCR region, I would say 2003 to 2005 is something that, we see daily. It's
Okay.
normal already. It's normal.
Getting more common.
Correct. So if you were to talk about Lentor itself, Lentor Modern have already transacted 2005. Hillock Green have already done a high 24, 2,490 plus. All right. Lentoria around 2324 also. Lentor Mansion is also 2324. Now, if you want to talk about the upcoming, which is the latest one, Lentor Central Residences. So that is going to launch at approximately, I would say, mid-floor level, also about 2003, 2004. So I would say that whether is it safe or not safe, I mean, if you enter into a price that is 2.3 to 2.5, there's 1,000 of other, buyers that enter
Enter
the
that same
exact
price.
same price as you.
Yeah.
So imagine this, thousands of residents entering at 2.3 to 2.5. Do you think anybody is going to sell at a loss 3 years later?
Do you know what's the cheapest unit transacted in Lentor?
Of course. So for the cheapest, I would say, not say cheapest, but the lowest per square feet transacted in
Excluding
Lentor.
penthouse.
Excluding penthouse, of course. I would say that it's approximately 1,900 per square feet. Approximately. But of course, you got to see smaller unit or bigger unit type. You need to understand that what kind of unit type you are choosing from, right? If you are looking at a one bedder, now of course per square feet is definitely higher than a 5-bedroom unit. So the 1,008, 1,009 per square feet units are all looking at the bigger,
5-bed.
probably the 4-bed and a 5-bed units.
And are they usually from like the earlier launches?
Yes.
Like Lentor
So they are,
Modern?
correct. So they are looking at more towards the Hillock Green and Lentor Hills residences.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So of course, now today, for example, if you are looking at a 3-bed or a 4-bedder in Lentor Hills, you don't have stocks. And Lentor Modern, fully sold.
Fully sold, correct.
Then Lentor Mansion, you only left with the bigger unit types, the bigger 4-bed and a
4-bed,
5-bed. Lentoria, you have also a little bit of choices, followed by Lentor Central. So draw you guys back a little bit towards the demand and supply issue also. At the first stage when I was selling Lentor Modern, everybody also tell me oversupply. Yeah, super expensive, oversupply. Now, till today, there's about 2,000 plus units. We only left with approximately 170 units. So demand for Lentor is really, really, high. Yeah.
So today, if a buyer come to us and say, "Oh, Lentor is too north, too ulu," currently there's
Nothing.
nothing much there lah. Like 鸟不生蛋
Okay.
in the terms they like to use
Right.
lah. So what will we usually share with them?
Basically, you are right to say that now Lentor, right? If you were to step into Lentor, really,
Construction.
yeah, construction, nothing much. Yeah, a little bit like Tengah, but Tengah worse. Your BTO there, right?
There.
Good luck to you. Basically, Lentor, yes, it's really a very, I would say, privatized estate. All right. So what will happen when the entire of Lentor, is fully transformed? All right. Right opposite, you have your Lentor Modern, which is an integrated development. All right. There's like retail malls, at the lower levels. All right. Other than that, if you really take a look at the map itself, right, just a 5 minutes to 10 minutes drive, you'll reach your Ang Mo Kio hub, your Ang Mo Kio 628 market, where, most Singaporeans will go that side to have our meal. All right. If you go up towards the north area, now, in the future, one stop after Lentor, you'll reach Springleaf MRT. At that area, there will be an integrated development that's coming up. So another retail mall that's coming up. If not, you go upward, even further up towards the north, you reach your Woodlands Yishun area, got your Causeway Point,
Norwood Grand.
North Point City, Norwood Grand, probably. All right.
Yeah.
Then if you were to go down south, right, you reach Upper Thomson already, which is all your cafes, So imagine Singaporean, Monday to Friday, we always, very occupied with work. So during the weekends, try to imagine like in the morning you wake up, we can go to the hawker area, Ang Mo Kio hub to have our breakfast. Then in the afternoon when we want to go back, relax, do some work and all that, we can actually head down to the Upper Thomson area. Cafe. Then if not, you can actually go towards the left side of if you were to see the map. It's all greeneries. I can go there to have your daily hike.
nature.
See monkey, hiking, I don't know. Bring your wife to go there and date or whatever.
Picnic.
Yeah, picnic. So
Fly kite.
yeah, so the area, right, it's, I would say, one of the very exciting area. Now, if you were to see what government is trying to do to Lentor area itself also, they are trying to build like a very exciting mini town. And for me, I feel that what government is trying to do is to inculcate family planning. I would say starting, small families, building a small town in
New
Lentor
township.
itself, a brand new township. That's why you will see that why Lentor area there's a lot of childcare.
Oh, is it? I didn't know.
There's a lot of childcare within.
As in within the Lentor cluster itself.
Within the Lentor clusters, some projects have their own childcare, some don't. But generally in Lentor area, there's a lot of childcare.
Young families,
families.
starting families.
Yes.
And within that area, do you have any good schools?
Again, depending on which project you choose,
All schools are good schools.
All schools are good schools.
But we know there's BS.
Yeah, of course, the better schools would be CHIJ St Nicholas Girls School.
Okay.
And we also have Anderson Primary School. All right. So one of the most common question is that, don't have CHIJ, I don't want to buy. All right. I don't want to buy.
So which projects are with CHIJ?
Lentor Mansion, Lentoria, Lentor Hills Residences.
Half
will
of
be
Lentor Hills.
full.
Or now
Yeah, now they change it. So now it's the entire Lentor Hills will be within 1 km to CHIJ.
Okay.
Now, a lot of young couples, all right, they will look for me and they will ask me, hey, Aiden, don't have CHIJ, cannot buy. Right. Don't have
And then
CHIJ,
how
cannot
do
buy.
you
So I'll ask them this question. Do you have kids today? Usually they will say no. It's a young couple, right?
Okay.
So I will ask them back, what makes you think that you definitely 100%
Will
you
send
have
to
a
CHIJ?
daughter?
Oh,
Oh, what, you have a son?
maybe his
CHIJ
sperm-
is a girls' school?
his sperm strong.
Right? Yeah. So what if you have a son? Then we have Anderson Primary School. Of course, people will tell me that, hey, Anderson Primary School is not the top school, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, it's not a bad school, right? Yeah.
Within 1 km also.
Within 1 km.
Okay.
I mean, if you really go and research deep into the ranking of the schools, Anderson, if I'm not wrong, is around the 20 plus range.
In the whole of Singapore.
Yeah,
lah.
it's pretty.
too
It's
bad
a it's pretty good school.
Okay.
It's not the
Top tier.
the not so top school, not the abing kind of school, quite a decent school. So it's not too bad.
Okay.
It's not too bad.
Another good question is in that whole of Lentor area, we have upcoming total 10 parcels.
Yep.
Okay. The rest, the upcoming 4, we don't know the developer yet.
Yes.
But the ones that are already bidded and sold, right? We all know that all is by Guaco Land, except for one,
Correct.
which is Hillock Green.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Does this affect buyers of Hillock Green in any way?
All right. So if let's say you are looking to buy or perhaps looking to enter into Hillock Green, right, you need to understand first who's the developer. Now,
Chinese developer.
okay. So there's a total of 3 developers combined together. Now, first developer is by UE. UE
Ventures,
UE Square, that UE. So first is UE. Second is Soy Build. They are one of the reputable developer. Now the third one is this company called 4C. Heard of them before?
No.
Okay. So 4C, yes, is a China company. All right, but they are super rich.
In China?
They are Fortune 500 company.
Oh, wash money one.
They are, no comments, no comments, but they are very rich. And one thing also, if you realize, right, from Lentor, if you were to take a look at the MRT map itself, just right 4 stops upwards, up towards the north, you reach Woodlands North Station, where you can transit to your RTS link to JB. 4C is the main builder for RTS link. So can you see the link?
As in RTS link, as in...
The main builder for RTS link is 4C.
Okay.
Correct. So you see the link, why 4C is keen
Want to
enter into Hillock Green.
Lentor area.
Yeah, correct. So because of the connectivity. Now, I think a lot of people also ask me, then how come Hong Leong, Guaco Land beat all the other plots but don't want to beat Hillock Green?
Yeah.
So to clarify, Hong Leong and Guaco Land did bid for
But
Hillock.
they lose out.
Yeah, but they did lose out.
Underbid
So
lah.
correct. So to me, in my opinion, I feel that the reason why they didn't bid at a higher price is because if they, in the event that they bid at a higher price, they might not have the capital, the cash flow to bid for the rest of other projects. That's why, in my opinion, I feel that probably is because they just give up the Hillock plot so that they can 100% secure the rest of the
Conserving
plots
the
Lose the battle but win the war.
Yes, win the war. So they sort of want to monopolize Lentor in the sense.
Okay,
Correct.
so that means now the Lentor Central is also by Guaco Land.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there is one very, very interesting fact that Aiden actually shared with us prior to this is regarding the CEO of Guaco Land. This one we will not touch on it. If you are keen to find out more, you reach out to any of us.
Yep.
I think the pitch was very, very good and very unique in a sense that I can safely say no agents have actually covered this. So when actually Aiden shared with us, Jaye was half sold already, but I still Lentor cannot accept. Too far already.
Because I haven't finished my pitch yet.
I haven't finished all. Okay. They cannot show hand. Cannot fully show
cannot
hand.
show hand. So whatever I've shared is just the tip of the iceberg.
But I still can't see myself staying in Lentor. So if you're still sitting on the fence as to whether Lentor is something that you can consider, you can reach out to any of us. And of course, Aiden will go through the full presentation flow with you.
If you like what you have just watched, do help us like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.